What's up guys, welcome to Vintage Genetics, and it's time to show you guys what I do for abs. I usually do only body weight related ab exercises, starting out with the decline ab crunch. You can actually do this one at a decline bench press as well. I usually do that, but that one wasn't available, so you can use something like this. Now what you gotta remember is that when you bring your torso to your hips, you work the upper abs, and when you bring your hips to your torso, which is going to be the next exercise, you work the lower abs. So this one was for the upper abs, getting them started, and then the second exercise, which is incline leg raises, you work the lower abs. And for me, the lower abs are actually more important to work, and for most people they are. So you really got to pay attention to it by doing a complete range of motion exercise like this one. And as you can see right here, this is Serge Nubret, one of the most aesthetic golden era bodybuilders who had the best abs in the business, did this exercise as well, along with many of the others, of course. So now we did the decline ab crunch and the incline leg raises, so we basically hit both the upper and the lower abs, but I already told you I want to work a little more on the lower abs, so we're going to do another classic exercise. And what did I just teach you, or tell you if you already knew? You have to bring the hips towards the torso if you want to work the lower abs. So look at that. We're doing exactly that by doing knee raises. Right now my abs are pretty much fatigued from the previous two exercises, so these knee raises instead of leg raises make this exercise a little easier. And you can see Arnold did these as well. I like doing these classic exercises because they simply have proven to work, keep the waist narrow of myself, but also of all the other bodybuilders that I've just shown. And in order to achieve a constant narrow waist, a lot of people think the more you work abs, the more they will protrude. But what I want you to do then is watch your breathing. When you contract your abs, when you do the repetition, breathe out at the end. Make sure that when the abs are contracted, there is no more breath, no more air in your lungs. So you breathe in as you go down, as your abs stretch, and you breathe out when you contract the abs to really flatten that waist. And then of course we move on to the next exercise, and this exercise is called the wood chopper, because it looks like you're actually chopping wood. That's a nice way to think about it. You want to make that movement so the starting position of the handle should be above your body, so that you are able to make the wood chopper movement from up to down, really targeting the obliques, because that's the exact angle the obliques work at. So right now I switched to the left, so I'm doing the wood choppers to the left direction, and you want your left hand to be on top of your right hand, holding the cable, and that way you can perform it properly. But this works the obliques. As you can see, I'm not using a heavy weight. It's all about carving those striations and mass into the obliques without actually putting on too much mass, widening the waist. And a lot of people use dumbbells to work the obliques, but that, to me, is a mistake. And then, one of the best exercises to finish the abdominals of are ab wheel rollouts. And as you can see, I'm having trouble going all the way down because my abs are pretty fatigued, and this is a body weight exercise, so again, you don't have to use any weight. Your own body weight is heavy enough, trust me on this one. So you want to go down slowly, and especially when your entire body is stretched, that's when you will have most trouble holding yourself in a stable position, because I'm basically falling to the floor when I'm doing this movement. So that's why it's a great finisher. This way you know that you're getting the most work out of those abs. You should do 2 to 3 sets, almost going to failure, maybe 1 or 2 reps from failure, because you don't want to kill your abs. You want to just work them, stimulate them, carve deeper lines in them. But first of all, you don't want to have so much muscle ache and so much recovery time for your abs that the next day you can't even do your normal workout properly because your abs hurt too much. And especially this will be a problem when deadlifting, squatting, bent over rowing and such. And because I've never shown you this before, I'm going to show you what I usually do after an ab workout. First of all, my ab workouts are on my so-called rest days, so I work out 5 times a week, but 2 times I do the ab workouts separately. And after the ab workouts, I like to do some stretching exercises to really recover faster. You know, this really helps. It tremendously helps for me personally. What I'm doing right now is stretching out the abs, because that's what we just did. So you want to really get the blood flowing through there, releasing any build-up toxins and making your organs, especially your liver, take care of it. And I'm also doing some specific stretches for my overall mobility and for healthy joints and tendons. For example, when you sit a lot, your hip flexors, which are on the top of your legs attached to your pelvis, they basically get stiff, they shorten, and that's why I stretch them out doing these stretches. Also, when you have an anterior pelvic tilt that is caused by your shortened hip flexors and your weakened glutes being in a disbalance, and that could actually cause minor or even major injuries during the deadlift, the squats, because those exercises require the body to be in balance, require your core to be strong. So we all should be doing these stretches as we sit more than we think, in the car, behind the desk, at work, at home, etc. And what I'm about to do right here is stretch the glutes. So basically you have one leg and put your other leg on top of it, basically in a crossed leg position, and then bend over with your upper body as far as you can, and you will automatically feel your glutes stretch out. And this is very important for people who have lower back problems. The lower back muscles actually are intertwined with the glute muscles. So when your lower back is tight, it might be because your glutes are tight. So keep that in mind. And for me, that was the case. Always when I squatted, I had a lot of issues with my lower back being pumped. Also doing bent over rows, T-bar rows. Sure, you should feel a pump, but not as bad as a burning pump. And that's what I had, because I had tight lower back issues, and by stretching the glutes, that was fixed. And this stretch is very important for people who have trouble going deep enough on the squat or deep enough on the hack squat, and are just having mobility issues with the legs overall. And this is the abductor stretch for the inner thighs. So for people who want to learn how to do the split, this is an excellent stretch. Every time you do this, you actually get better in it, and even Ronnie Coleman used to be able to do the split on stage, and you saw how big his legs were. So it definitely is possible to increase mobility in this area, and I like doing this at the end of every ab workout along with all those other stretches as I mentioned. And after this, it is time for some cardio. Why cardio, guys? Why cardio? Well, first of all, when you do cardio, you pump blood throughout your entire system. Your heart is pumping faster, your muscles are working, your body is increasing in temperature. Everything is working in an accelerated rate. And what happens when you stretch? When you stretch, you release toxins from those muscles, from those tendons. And when you do your cardio, you basically pump all this blood around much faster. It's good for your stamina, cardiovascular health. You let your liver do its job, and boom, your muscle ache will disappear and you will clean your body of toxins. I hope you learned something today, guys, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to stay golden. Attention to it by doing a complete range of motion exercise like this one. And as you can see right here, this is Serge Nubret, one of the most aesthetic golden era bodybuilders who had the best abs, the upper abs, getting them started. And then the second exercise, which is incline leg raises, you work the lower abs. And for me, the lower abs are actually more important to work, and for most people they are. So you really gotta pay. Now, what you gotta remember is that when you bring your torso to your hips, you work the upper abs, and when you bring your hips to your torso, which is going to be the next exercise, you work the lower abs. So this one was for the body weight related ab exercises, starting out with the decline ab crunch. You can actually do this one at a decline bench press as well. I usually do that, but that one wasn't available, so you can use something like this. Now, what's up, guys? Welcome to Vintage Genetics, and it's time to show you guys what I do for abs. I usually do only